Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to the Orry Mill.
Yeah, I'm Tilde.
I'm Stephen. And we are mad. We're mad for doing this video. No. So Tilde is teaching me to knit, and I come on this video and ask lots of silly questions.
Yeah.
Like, why is wool? But as we go on, I have been learning a lot and making good progress, but I think there's some fundamentals we need to cover.
Yeah.
And you may know all these answers. I didn't know these answers. So, let us know what you think. So we're going to talk about wool fibre.
Yeah.
Yes.
You wanted to know a little bit more about the different stuff.
Yeah, well, we call this a wool shop, but actually wool is sheep's wool.
Yes.
Right? So really, and then we call what we knit with yarn.
Yeah, it is really kind of yarn, because yarn can be kind of anything from wool to plant-based fibres and
Okay, so hold on, wait a minute.
fibres.
I've done some research on this.
Okay.
So there are 3 types of yarn: animal,
Yeah.
plant, synthetic.
Yeah.
So you kind of know, once you get into this, it kind of becomes obvious. Oh yeah, I knew that. But other things are not obvious. So let's start with animal fibres, and as I've said, that's mainly sheep's wool.
Yep.
Common in Britain, Scotland, all over the world, Australia,
Yeah.
America,
So just
South-
to kind of take
South America's,
the one you were
Europe.
knitting with.
Yep, the famous
Big
big
wool.
wool. So 100% merino. So I think of sheep's wool as different breeds of sheep.
Yeah.
So I know some breeds of sheep.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, blue Leicester,
Blue-faced Leicester.
blue-faced Leicester,
Yes.
merino,
Yeah, which is the one, the big wool.
and merino is quite soft, isn't it? But wool, I mean, interestingly, sheep's wool can be quite itchy as well, can't it?
Yeah,
So
so we got...
what's an itchy wool but a good wool, you know? So I would say...
Well, one that's, I wouldn't say like super itchy, but the Shetland.
Shetland. Okay, this is
It's
interesting.
just not as soft as...
Hi, so I have my lovely Jennifer Kent, Glaswegian designer, lamb's
Yeah.
wool jumper, and it's 100% Shetland, we think, 100%
Yeah.
lamb's wool. And I'd say that you really can't, well, you can wear it any time, but it really has to be quite cold to wear it. And the colder it is, the kind of more comfy it is, because I think a layer of air, you heat up around your body and it becomes more comfortable the more you wear it. I think wearing it next to the skin would be not as nice as a cashmere though.
No, I think that's, Cashmere is known for being much softer.
But I think what my point is that people have different tolerances of
Yeah.
the notion of, I don't want to say itch because it's not really itchy, it's just a kind of, what do you call it, a bite to the wool or something?
Yeah, I call it a bite. So, for example, the Shetland have a little bit of a bite, so I wouldn't use that for babies, for
Yeah,
example.
you can feel it. So maybe not a baby skin,
Yeah,
not
you can
great.
you can feel the... Also, sheep has lanolin in it, so if people are allergic, it's often not the wool itself they're allergic to, but actually the lanolin in the wool.
Yeah, this is Jameson and Smith. It's 100%
Shetland.
Shetland. Now, Shetland refers to the geographical area, but actually refers to the breed of sheep. And we live in the village of Eaglesham in southside Glasgow, and there was Shetland sheep up in the moors here.
Yeah.
So it's the area, but it's also the breed. It really is just the breed. So this is 100%. So there's a bit of a bite to that. So yeah, so my jumper is lovely, but I think the older, the more you wear the wool, the softer that wool becomes, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Which is quite an amazing thing. Okay, so that's wool and Shetland.
So this one is the Falkland Island wool.
So this is definitely a softer. This is West Yorkshire Spinners 100% Falkland Islands wool, and I'm knitting my hat, which I'm nearly finished with, in this in a Falkland Islands ribbon.
Yeah, but this one there is a Falkland.
Now that
Island.
is definitely softer.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's a sheep. It's got lanolin in it.
Yeah, and also the sheep's fibres has scales, whereas some of the other animal fibre don't have scales.
Okay, so why? And sheep's wool can be. Some people are allergic to it.
Yeah, but it's mainly the lanolin. They can be allergic to the fibre themselves, but it's often the lanolin they react.
So lanolin is almost a kind of natural grease
Yeah.
that sheep create, and it coats the wool, and that makes it waterproof, and it makes it, also gives it a bit of heat retaining quality. So if you're wearing 100% lamb's wool jumper or even a tweed suit, it often repels the rain because of the lanolin.
Yeah, the less processed the yarn is as well. Obviously, some processes kind of remove.
But they want to remove the lanolin, don't they, a lot of it?
Well, you obviously, lanolin have this particular smell to it as well.
Oh, does it? I didn't know that.
So
that just smells nice, that.
I have a couple of customers who are what they call themselves sniffers. They like to go around and sniff the wool.
Because?
Just because they like the smell of it.
Okay, are we still on wool then? Any more wool to look at?
Well, I think that if it's 100% wool, yeah, we have one here. This is a really popular one.
Right, so this is a chunky. It's a WS. Oops, you can't really see that. Can you come and take this light down?
It's actually, yeah, it's the light that's kind of bleeding it out. But yeah, so it's a blue-faced Kerry Hill sheep.
Okay, interesting. Blue-faced Kerry Hill. Yeah, let's go. But the power of television. So we'll go.
Yeah, let's try and make.
So that's a nice wool. I'd like to try this maybe for our next project.
You know the big chunky the blanket we have up in the bedroom? That's made out of that.
Oh, good. So it's 100% British wool. I think it's interesting because we should talk about sustainability, because as luxury tends to be not sustainable, I think British wool tends to be very sustainable because it's actually not a massive farming process. When people talk about farming being unsustainable, they tend to be referring to big farms in the Americas and Australia, where they're just, it's industrial level. You know, you're manufacturing wool for carpets and for fillings for mattresses and sofas and all these kind of things. But these wools for yarn and things actually are quite sustainable. And have been going for a long time in Britain.
And also we have certain animal welfare standards here.
Well, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, but
because we don't really know. But we do know because we get lots of information from the brands, the manufacturers.
Yeah, you can also see it says roving here.
So what does roving mean?
That means that it's not spun. So look, compare that with the big wool. You can see this is almost just one ply. This is actually what's kind of referred to as one ply.
One ply,
not
meaning
the weight,
not folded,
not
not even spun, just kind
of.
You
can see it's kind of just slightly spun. Whereas if you compare here, and you can see it really clearly here, you have at least. So you can actually
so ply meaning the folded strands.
Yeah, so that's
to create.
You can see that.
That's
has
very
three.
interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's just.
We need to change battery.
About
and we're back. So we're talking about ply. That's really interesting, this roving. Let's look at this. The roving is not a ply, it's almost a single ply. It's not as, so it's kind of spun obviously, but it's not folded up like this. As you said, it's multiple strands of wool.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, interesting. So that's sheep's wool. There's lots of different types of sheep's wool though. Yes. We could go on and on about sheep's wool, couldn't we?
Yeah, there's so many breeds. So maybe we should move over to some other animal fibres.
So the three. Oh, so we're still on animal fibres. Okay, interestingly. So, animal fibres we talked about are. I'm going on our website right now because I've forgotten what they all are. So we've got. Okay, this is the interesting ones. We have wool, which is British, but then we've got goats, and I think they're called camelids, and camelids are vicunas. We don't have any vicuna.
No, we don't have any vicuna.
South American and camel hair. You can get camel hair as well.
Yeah.
And you can get, but we are talking about cashmeres and
cashmeres, alpacas.
Yeah.
And yak. Well, yak. No, it's not really part of
yak's not a camelid, but cashmere is a camelid, isn't it? Because cashmere's a goat. Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, cashmere.
Famously, the luxurious yarn. And interestingly, also kind of Scottish, but that's more because it was woven in the borders and the north of Scotland.
Yeah, this one is.
So imported from Mongolia, Central Asia, Gobi Desert.
Yeah.
Basically, really high up in the mountains, farmed by the Mongolian people. These goats, and they make soft wool because their skin underneath the layer, they've got it's slightly tougher on the outside and shaggy, and then as you go closer to their body, it becomes light and fluffy to trap air, and that's basically this super soft cashmere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, and then we have so that one there is 100% cashmere.
So this is pure cashmere. It's also from Todd and Duncan, and Todd and Duncan's the famous Scottish spinners.
Yeah.
And they've been going for quite a while. So almost all cashmere, and amazingly in Britain, probably kind of comes through Todd and Duncan. No, not really.
If it's processed in Scotland,
Am I talking
maybe.
rubbish?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. But I know that they do process cashmere
A lot, right?
and they say that they process it with water from Loch Leven, and
Okay.
then apparently that makes it even softer.
Okay.
So that's
Okay, Todd and Duncan, we believe you. Right, so cashmere can be worn next to the skin.
yeah.
Lovely and soft.
Very
You can have quite a thin. This is quite thin, so I'd say, is this fingering weight or what's this?
No, that one is a double knit.
Double knit. See, I'm learning my weights. I know all the weights. But you were talking about how you might mix this.
Yes, you can mix that into your yarns. So we got this one here, cashmere.
So this is quite
haze.
different. I mean, this is almost a kind of. It's got that haze, obviously.
Yeah, so the haze there is alpaca and
Cashmere.
cashmere.
Is alpaca luxury wool?
Yes.
So,
And they're both very, very soft. And you have this is a yarn, cashmere haze, that was based on the Rowan Kit silk haze, which is the mohair goat. Where
Okay.
the mohair, the Angora goat hair. So that's this one here.
hold on, you say Angora goat.
Yeah,
Do we know?
we were just researching it.
We're just researching it, and okay, so brief televisual pause. Angora goat and Angora rabbit are interchangeable terms, but they are very different fibres.
Yes.
Both luxury. A lot of the animal rights people don't like Angora rabbit because you can actually end up hurting the rabbit. Although we did see Angora rabbits in Denmark, didn't we? They were kind of fine,
Yeah.
and their hair
Well,
was
there is obviously different ways of
taking the fur.
Yeah.
Because you can skin it or you can actually cut it.
yeah. So
But Angora goat is often what we were referring to.
yeah, Angora goat is what mohair is from. So we got mohair. You can in that Kit
This is the
silk
Kid
haze,
Silk Haze, right?
and you got the mohair in the Kit classic. You can see this kind of haze it creates.
And this has also got silk in it as well.
Yeah, that's got silk in it. And this one here, for example, which was the cashmere, you can see it's not quite, but
Does that
it's still
get silk
fluffy.
in it as well?
This one's got
Alpaca, cashmere, and silk.
So yes, you can even see the silk sheen in that.
So these are all luxury fibres. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not that wool. I mean, wool's kind of luxury, but these are luxury because of their. It's kind of hard to get hold of them. They're a bit more expensive. They're maybe not as sustainable. I wonder in terms of because of where they're from, but I don't know.
I think that's something for another video, really, when we've done a bit more research on that.
Sustainability is a big thing,
Yeah, it
and I
is,
think we
yeah.
want to really think about that. But
Yeah.
these are. There is recycled cashmere coming, not from us, but coming from manufacturers, because there's lots of talk about sustainability. But I like the idea that taking an expensive fibre and mixing it is something you can do, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes it more accessible for people. Again, this cashmere in this.
It's just,
This
it's quite
is
a
a
shiny.
baby. Yeah, so this is a
cash
baby.
soft merino. So that's
So
a mix.
That's a mix of.
Merino wool and cashmere. See, I like that.
Yeah, there's actually also acrylic in this one.
Right, okay, but that's good for babies because it's you
Yeah.
can wash it,
You
keeps
can-
its shape.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about animal fibres, and then the third one was synthetic fibres mixed.
Yeah.
So that's a mix of a synthetic and animal fibre.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so yeah, that's. And then we also have the yak.
Right, so yak, I was really interested in this because yak is sustainable. Right, so yak comes from, I'm reading off our website, the domesticated ox. What? native to the Himalayas. I like this guy. Let's see this yak.
Yeah, we should really have a picture.
Let's have a picture of a yak. Let's have a yak, an Orry Mill yak.
Yeah, so we got a couple of wools that has yak in them. We don't
Now this
have
is what's amazing about yak and why it was interesting. I didn't even know this. Outperforms sheep's wool in many ways. Right, it's more durable, more breathable, and as you said, more sustainable because they're tougher animals that can be farmed in different places. So you can have yaks. Can you have them in Britain? No, did we find that out?
No, we didn't find out.
No.
But so there's yak in both of those two.
This is a sock yarn yak that's a mix. It's got some polyamide, which is the man-made synthetic fibre. Let's not say man-made, let's say synthetic.
Yeah.
But it's got this yak wool. So I've been guessing that sock yarn has polyamide to make it more stretchy or durable.
More durable.
Yep.
The polyamide is really there because, again, socks are worn under the feet, getting the heaviest of loads during the day, so it obviously needs to be very strong. So
yeah, amazing.
Animal fibres would wear out really quickly.
This is also, so this soft yak DK is also for socks, if you want.
Or
baby.
No. But baby wool, yeah. If you
76% cotton.
Can you get it into focus?
Oh, sorry. Why is it saying? This has only got a small amount of yak in it.
Yes, but you can really feel the yak.
So is this quite affordable then?
Yeah. It's still a premium yarn. You know, it's but obviously having only a small percentage of yak make it more.
But do we have 100% yak?
No, we don't.
We should maybe get some. I like yak because it's sustainable.
Yeah.
I love that it's an ox and it was an alternative to cashmere. So
also,
it is soft, this as well. This is very soft.
You will also find that the yak, when you're colouring yak is grey.
Okay.
Or it can also be brown, it can be kind of a lot of different, but it's not white. So you will never find I've never seen a white yak. This is called cream, so this is the lightest colour you'll get in the soft yak. And also you have to be careful when you mix colours in, because sometimes if you get the wrong colour in the yak wool, it can look really dirty. So so that's why you have to be, there's a little bit more challenging to.
Okay.
But again, this wool, this was cotton as well. With yak, it's also been seen as being hypoallergenic.
Right, because like no lanolin.
There's no lanolin in it.
The same as cashmere and alpaca.
So I have had people coming in, they're looking for a wool that's not itchy and for someone with wool allergies. And we've trialled this, so knitted up a small Sophie scarf. If you know about the Sophie scarf.
If you know, you know. The Sophie scarf.
Yeah, and you can knit that in one ball of this. So
lovely.
So they have knitted one.
Right,
scarf.
let's move on. Board of the yak.
Oh, for God's sake.
Right, so let's talk about what we talked about. We talked about animal fibres, wool, sheep wool, alpaca.
Silk, have we?
Well, I'm getting to that. I was going to be my lead in.
Oh.
My goodness. Right, so animal fibres, silk. What is silk? Yeah. Done some research on this one. Silk is composed of fibroin, cocoon of the insect larvae, most commonly the mulberry silkworm. So here's some lovely mulberry silk. Now this is again mixed with some Falkland. It is absolutely super soft. So it's mainly Falkland wool, but it's got 20% mulberry silk. That actually seems to me like a good mix, because you're getting that softness of the Falkland and then this kind of sheen and luster of the silk and the strength. So super. And also I can tell that's probably quite light.
That's quite light. This one
you could wear that in the summer.
Yes. So a kind of a lacy top.
There are some.
It's actually, this one is mostly, I sell it mostly for people making baby shawls.
Yeah, I can see that. For baby shawls, it's a lightweight, nice and soft to the skin. You could actually wrap the baby up in that if you wanted.
Yeah.
Or at least there would be soft skin. And then you've got the famous Noro, made in Japan.
Silk Garden. It's actually got quite a high silk
This is silk and mohair and a wee bit of wool.
Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, so this one has, what is it, 45% silk.
Oh, it's so hard to get in focus with this camera. So, yeah, that's an interesting texture. It's not as soft as a Falkland, actually. I mean, it's soft.
No, it's just a different, again, this one hasn't been processed an awful lot. Noro is known for not processing their yarns as much, and again, it's spun, or it's dyed and stuff before it's spun.
It feels like to knit in silk, you'd have to mix it with something else. I can't imagine knitting in silk, or can you? Pure silk.
Yes, you can get pure silk, but this again is a silk. It's a mix.
This is 50%. What's this, 50-50?
No, this is not 50-50.
I think it is 55% wool, 20%. Oh, okay.
Because it's
20% silk.
Yeah, because it's again a silk yarn, that one, and also used for baby clothes because of the silk. It's nice and soft. Obviously,
soft and strong. You can wash it because it retains its shape because of the thingamabobbery, because of the polyamide.
No, that's just the strength, really. The wool is what keeps a good shape.
Okay, good. So there's some cool videos on YouTube of how, mainly the Japanese, but there are other countries, mainly Asian countries, that make silk from this mulberry worm cocoon, and they kind of lay it out in big
and this
bamboo.
One's another silk mix.
Yeah, this is a nice one. This self-striping one we talked about.
That's
a wool and silk mix. Again, you can tell it's really soft.
I have a lot of people knitting Sophie scarves of that as well.
Well, here we go with the Sophie scarf. What's going on?
Just really.
Right, let's move on to
Plant-based.
Plant-based. The most famous plant-based, of course, being cotton.
Yeah, so we got some
simple cotton, always great. Crafting cotton.
And this one here, which
What's
is
this?
your
Denim Revive. 95% cotton, 5% other. Come on, Rowan, what's other?
It's because it's recycled.
Oh, it's recycled. Right, this is very cool. Right, this is great. So Denim Revive. So we are wanting to move down the recycled path. I feel that knitters should be leading the way here on recycled stuff, because we're crafters. See, when I say knitters, I say we. Mm-hmm. I'm including myself as a knitter.
Yeah, you don't have to be knitting for very long to.
No.
So again, we've got an organic one.
This is organic and sustainable. Yeah. Well done, Anchor. Quite a big brand, Anchor. But yeah, I think it's fairly safe to say sustainable, plant-based, fully vegetarian. I mean, PETA, the pet people, no, the animal people, they kind of don't like wool and things like that because they feel that wool can be damaging to sheep. I would probably challenge that and say that the big industrial farming where they have to move through a lot of sheep fast to get the wool that's used in stuffing and carpets, there probably isn't. Welfare might be an issue there. I don't know, but welfare of sheep in Britain is pretty good, I would say.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, let's not go make too much controversy.
Yeah.
But cotton's interesting. But in terms of plant-based, it's not just cotton.
This is cotton wool. So
yeah, this is a nice one.
Again, we mix the two.
This is merino. Yeah, I like this one a lot. This is merino and cotton.
And it's organic.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
it's great for baby stuff.
Yeah. Plant-based fibres are not as stretchy as animal fibres,
yeah,
so they're much more kind of. It's really important that you get to use your needle sizes. For example, if you're doing a rib, you have to go down needle size to make it tighter and a bit kind of stretchier. So the less or elasticity there is in a yarn, the more important your needle size is, using different needle sizes for a different part of your garment. So again, in the ribs, round your neck, and at your sleeves.
Okay, interesting. So here's the linen patterns, as I should have known. Summer and a bit more crochet, because I mean it still feels pretty soft, that, because it's mixed with the cotton.
So with linen, it gets softer the more you use it. It needs to be kind of worked.
Yeah.
So the more you use your linen, the softer and softer it gets.
Yeah, that's what I thought the linen would be, but they're quite cool patterns. maybe.
Yeah, these are...
Bag, scarf, top, slip over.
Yeah.
Any idea how many balls in that slip over?
Well, you need to go in and look at the pattern to really see. That's just it. No, that's not
the
the
information.
Yeah,
And it's
there you
here.
go. So,
Oh, we can't see it. Hold on.
So 5.
5 balls.
Yeah, for most of the sizes, and 6 for the larger ones.
Interesting. Let's see what happens with the light. Does that all wash it out? Kinda. So 5 balls for that slip over. I quite like that. That's definitely a crochet thing going on, isn't it?
Yeah, this is all crochet. This one is called summer crochet.
Yeah. And I think that would still be quite nice and soft. And I can see it being quite durable wearing that out if you come out the pool or whatever. And if you're a bit wet, it wouldn't really matter too much.
No, actually linen is very absorbent.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it would absorb
if you had like 2 tea towels, one of cotton and one of linen, the linen will absorb more water than the cotton.
Okay. So let's staying on plant-based. Let's whiz through this.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, what's that? Oh,
that's actually not. Hang on a minute.
Hang on, exciting.
Yeah. So this one here.
Right, this is exciting.
This is actually again a wool blend. This is Lyocell or Tencel.
And Lyocell comes from?
It comes from wood pulp.
Okay.
So
Let's see some patterns for that.
So some patterns that's been really popular is these ones here. So
yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so these are new patterns.
Yeah, I'm doing that one at the moment. You are doing that one. I have it over here if you want.
Let's see it, yeah, I'll go and get it. So, great colours, fully, I mean, this is eco-friendly as you can get. Okay, this one's mixed. Is it 100% Lyocell? No.
I haven't actually come across one, but I wouldn't be surprised. So this is the back.
Yeah, that looks great. You
can see the sheen from the Lysol.
Yeah, it's definitely got a bit of a luster sheen thing going on.
Yeah.
And it's quite, I mean, it's soft enough.
Yes, it's absolutely. I have one customer in particular who absolutely loves these ones. We posted on our Instagram page and Facebook some cushions. Yeah. And she was just knitting some plain cushions and then embroidering on top.
Yeah, I mean you would wear that with a vest top and it wouldn't be matter against your skin or whatever. It's quite nice.
No, this one is fine. This is
so well done WYS for this Tencel, which is, you know, and got all this kind of suits a kind of crochet a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, what's really interesting with a lot of these things, you can actually make, instead of making the top, you could actually make it into a blanket.
Yeah.
Or a cushion.
Yeah.
Again, these ones that would look like a lovely, even a lovely blanket.
Yes, but I'm not crocheting yet, so never mind. Knitting only. Have we missed some garments here? What's that made of?
Well, so this one is the Cashmere mix.
Oh, that's quite good. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's nice. Super soft.
Yeah.
For the baby.
Yeah. From this
from
book
the bloom.
here.
Yeah, the blooms are a big one. That's the cotton mix. But we're kind of jumping around
here.
Well,
that is the Cashmere merino mix.
Oh, Cashmere merino mix.
However, the patterns in that one can also be used with the cotton, the one we showed. This one.
Oh, so you can change. You can use cotton or you can use the cashmere.
You'll find that the pattern for this is actually done in a cotton, but I've done it in the cashmere.
And there's no real size difference or anything like that, or tension difference.
No, not really.
Right, have we done? Have we gone through? So what we haven't done is synthetics, really, because we don't have a lot of acrylic. We tend to stay away from acrylic. I mean, there is advantages in man-made, because some people just don't like wools at all, and acrylic is very affordable, and you know it does. I'd say cheaper acrylics may tend to shed microplastics in the wash.
Yes.
But in terms of, we do have some man-made fibres, and it's mainly, interestingly, these are baby yarns, or for baby.
Yeah, so those ones have nylon in them.
Okay, so they're a nylon mixed with Falkland wool, so super soft.
Yeah.
48% nylon, 52% Falkland. Why is there nylon in them?
Well, it's making them machine washable, which is quite handy for new mums.
Exactly. You
The
can't really
same with the
complain.
Cast Off Merino. That was this one over here. Also had the acrylic in it, and you have the sock wools that has the polyamide
Polyamide, yeah.
in it. So
So you can't really knock acrylic too much. I mean, we're trying to move towards natural fibres only. Animal fibres, plant-based, sustainable animal.
yeah,
Plant-based is always sustainable as long as it's not grown in huge fields full of bad fertilisers.
I think actually, no matter whether it's keeping animals or in kind of industrialised quantities at the same time with probably the plant-based, if it's really industrialised, that can be harmful too. So as long as things are done in a reasonable way.
In a balance,
Yeah.
finding the middle ground.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's been pretty good. Let's post on the page some words so you can go and check out. We're going to try and make sure all our yarns have got a full description. And traceability is something we're going to do another video about. So traceability and sustainability is something we're going to talk about in future videos.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.